Joelster here, welcome back to the channel. I am so excited for another gaming console, portable gaming device from Anbernic. Look at this thing. This thing is massive. This is the RG406V. I love this thing. Before I start, I want to say thanks to AliExpress for sponsoring this video. They sent this RG406V for me to review, and also they're sponsoring this video. AliExpress offers the most competitive prices on all of the products. It has the best deals across the internet. And to make things even better, you can use this discount code so you can save even more money on your favorite items. They also accept all major credit cards, debit cards, Google Pay, PayPal, Pay Now, Pay Later. I've been shopping on AliExpress for many years and their service has been fast and reliable. That is why it's so easy for me to recommend them. So check out the links in the description of this video and also take advantage of those discount codes before they expire. Let's go! Alright guys, so the first thing you'll notice is how massive this device is. This is the RG406V and it's huge. First of all, this is going to be very comfortable for people who has large hands. It just fits perfectly. It just feels so comfortable, so ergonomic. In the back of this device, there's like these grips right here, which is going to make it even easier for you to handle the device no matter where, if you're standing, if you're sitting. Obviously, if you're laying down, it's not going to be as comfortable, but it is very, very comfortable. I noticed some people complain about the size, but honestly, I love it because it just feels comfortable to hold it. Another thing I love is the face buttons. The D-pad feels premium. The buttons right here, they feel premium. They don't make a lot of noise, but one thing I love about this the most are the analog sticks. What they did is like they make it a little bit longer. They stand out a little bit longer than usual. I don't know if you guys noticed. So it has more travel. It feels just better. They're very responsive too. They are also Hall effect, so they're not going to be any issues with them. And you can also remove them. Look at this. You can remove them. Maybe they're going to be some replacement. I'm pretty sure they're a replacement, but when you put them back together, you got to make sure that you align them correctly. And they're also clickable. And when you turn on the device, I'm going to show you real quick. They light up. They have these LED rings, which they're also customizable. They light up. They look nice. I like it. I actually like this rainbow effect. They look pretty nice. The start and select buttons are right over here at the bottom, and then right here we have the home button. Now, one thing I got kind of confused is because the power button is located right here, right next to the volume rocker, and it's a very small circular button. And then this other button, which brings you to switch, is like a switch. You can change from Android to RetroArch. Is located over here, right next to the SD card slot. So sometimes I get confused because they have almost the same logo. It's like a round, like the power logo. It is basically the same. It looks identical logo. I get confused, so you gotta get used to it. Right here at the bottom, we have two speakers. They're facing downwards. Honestly, I prefer the speakers to be right here in the front, facing me, but it's okay. And then we also have a 3.5mm jack for headphones, which is nice. Right here on top we have ventilation, and then we also have the charging port, which is really nice because when you want to charge this device and play at the same time, it's nicer to have the cable sticking up from the top than from the bottom. That's just my opinion. And then right also here in the back we have obviously like the rear buttons, and then we also have an active fan over here. The battery is a massive battery. It's a 5,500 milliamp battery, which is going to last you between 6 to 8 hours, depending on what type of games you are playing. But it's going to last you a very long time. And then another thing I noticed is that now when you put the device on standby, it's going to keep the battery safe. It's not going to be running, so it's not going to drain your battery. So that's another plus. Another thing I like about this, RG406V is the big screen. This is an IPS screen. Looks beautiful. Look how colorful it is. So one thing I like about IPS screens is that they have very good viewing angles. That means that no matter where angle you're looking at, if you're standing, if you're on the side, you're going to have beautiful colors, very saturated, not oversaturated, but they look really nice. Also, their resolution is a 720p, so obviously it's going to be some scaling on those old school games. Most of them, they're going to look sharper, but 720p resolution, everything's going to look much nicer. And obviously this is running on Android 13. So if you're familiar with Android, this is going to be super easy for you. Like, as you guys can see, I already downloaded YouTube. I have some apps over here, and also Xbox. If you have Game Pass, this is going to be awesome because you can run games from the cloud. Cloud gaming over here. I'm going to show you some gameplay of that too. But this is really nice if you're running Android, that is running Android. But if you want to switch to RetroArch, boom, just press this button and look at that. You have all the emulators right over here. Now, one thing I do recommend you guys, if you're not familiar on how to download the games, how to install the BIOS and all the emulators configuration, I am not familiar with that. Just get the one with the memory card, because it already comes with a bunch of games, and all you have to do is just to insert the card here, start on the console, and that's it. You'll be able to play all these games, hundreds and hundreds of games available. Obviously each folder contains different games. For example, Nintendo, it has 484 games. This Sega Master System, 197 games. So I got the one with 128 gigs of memory, and it has a ton of games already. You can also, if you know how to download games into the memory card, you can also do that. So if you're not familiar on how to program and configure everything from Android, definitely get the one with the SD card. Obviously, it's going to cost a little bit more. It's not much, maybe like $10 more, but it is totally worth it, because that is how you get to just jump into gaming and not to worry about configuring everything. Now, the reason that you want to buy this device instead of other ones, this is going to be a little bit more expensive, but the biggest reason is because not only you're able to play all the classic games, all the retro games from Nintendo, Super Nintendo, even PlayStation 1, but also you'll be able to play for Nintendo 64 games, PlayStation 2, which is a big deal for a lot of people. Now, if you go to PlayStation 2, it comes loaded with 17 games already, including, for example, God of War 2, Devil May Cry, Dragon Ball Z, Sparkling Meteor. I never played that game before, but what I'm saying is that this is very rare to see a device that can handle PlayStation 2 games, and this is one of them, and it handles it very, very well. There's also more emulators, for example, Nintendo DS, PSP. Although PSP runs in a different aspect ratio, but games still look pretty good on this device. 3DS, Nintendo Wii, I mean, those are very demanding games, but you'll have them right here available. Alright guys, so this is God of War Chains of Olympus. I think that's what it is. It is on PSP, and I just wanted to show you how it plays, and look at that. It runs very, very smooth. It looks fantastic. It's just like if you're playing on the PSP, it just feels the same way. You can also save your game, so you don't have to worry about not having a memory card or memory stick. Everything will be saved in the internal memory, and it's just awesome. So now this is Nintendo 3DS. I am playing Kirby right here on Nintendo 3DS, and also it runs beautifully. Very colorful game. I never got a chance to play this game before, but I am now capable of playing it right here. I like how it has this, like the simulation of the Nintendo 3DS right here at the bottom. You can see the buttons and everything, the layout. It reminds me of how the Nintendo 3DS used to be. Alright guys, so now this is God of War 2 right here on the PlayStation 2, and look how nice it runs. Very smooth. There's also the option to play with the screen controls if you want to. I rather prefer to use the controllers. Eventually those will disappear, the one on the screen, but other than that, it runs amazing. It's so nice to be able to play these old school games, even though this is on the PlayStation 2. I used to have that years ago, but now you can play pretty much anywhere. You don't have to be sitting in front of a TV. You don't have to have anything connected. You can just play it anywhere. Now here I'm playing Super Mario World, which is one of my favorite Super Mario games of all time. Now, one thing I do have to say that this game, or any Mario game, is not included when you purchase any of these Anbernic handhelds. For some reason, they don't include them, but it is so easy to download these games. It's just, I would just recommend for you to go into Google and look it up. It is super easy and it's totally worth it, because look how nice this game looks. It looks colorful, it looks beautiful, it looks sharp. You're gonna love it. The aspect ratio is also different. I don't know if you guys noticed, but it has this borders right here. It says Super Famicom on each side. I think it looks nice. I think it's a really nice touch. Now, if you like to play fighting games, this is also a really good device. The D-pad feels so good. It is very responsive. Look at that. I'm able to do all these powers from the Hadoukens. But honestly guys, I prefer to use the analog sticks. Look at that. Oh, Yukens, so easy to make. Well, not really. I kind of suck. But I do feel the difference, a little bit of more travel in the analog sticks. It just works perfect for fighting games. Wait a minute. There you go. There you go. Now it's kind of weird because you do have to use the rear buttons for the more powerful punches and kicks. But it's something that you have to get used to it. Now, another cool thing about the RG406V is that it has Android 13, and like I mentioned earlier, you can also stream games from Xbox. I do recommend to go on Google. Well, at least what I did is I download this Google search bar, and then you can go to Google and download cloud gaming for Xbox. This is going to make things a lot easier. And look at that, you'll be able to just go through hundreds of games right here on Xbox and just start playing your games. So one more thing I do recommend is that if you go into this menu right here, press down, and then you go over here to the right, the controller, the button configuration is going to be different. Now this is designed for Nintendo Switch, but you can switch that, or you can change that to Xbox mode. And also make sure that you select on both, not only buttons, not only triggers. Make sure you select both. This way you have the Xbox configuration. Well, kind of, sort of, because the Xbox, the buttons layout is different than this one. As you notice, well, let me bring you, for example, an Xbox controller. Let me just show you real quick. So this is the Xbox controller that I use. And if I get closer to you, for example, this is X and Y. And over here, this is Y and X. So they are inverted. Over here is A and B. And then over here is B and A. So you have to pretty much just sort of imagine that these buttons are going to be inverted. And that's all you have to do. Oh, there you go. There you go. No, no. But guys, you can play all kinds of games with this device. And oh my god, and you can play your Xbox game on top of that. How cool is that, right? That is the coolest thing ever. So yes, I do recommend to this if you are into getting into console gaming, portable console gaming. This is one of the best ones. The price on this starts at $150, but it also depends if you want it with the memory, if you want it. Wait, the case, which I highly recommend for you to get the case, that is pretty much it, you know. So it starts at $150 and it goes up to like $170. So yes, if you want to do that, guys, I can't stress enough how cool it is. This is for gaming. Let's say that if you want to watch YouTube videos, you can do that as well. I sign in with my own account and look at that, YouTube Premium, and you can just watch YouTube videos here, and it's so cool. What is this? So do I recommend the RG406V for gaming? Absolutely. You're going to love this design. Like I said at the beginning, if you have large hands, this is going to be super comfortable for you. Obviously, it's not going to be pocketable at all. So I do highly recommend for you to get the this accessory, the carrying case. This is going to be perfect for you. You guys can put it right here inside, take it with you, put it on your backpack, and that's it. It's going to be safe. It's not going to be scratched. It's not going to be damaged. So I do recommend for you to get the carrying case. Now, my other recommendation, if you don't want to spend a lot of money and if you don't care about playing those, you know, PlayStation 2 games, 3DS, Wii, get this one, the RG35XX Plus. This is another excellent device, perfect for retro, and I love the shape. I love the color. This looks like a Game Boy, you know. But now, if you prefer something with a 16:9 aspect ratio, get this monster. This is the RG556. This has an OLED display. Look how beautiful it looks. It has a larger, it also fits large hands. But look, let me show you something real quick. I am playing, also has Android, but I was actually playing Tomb Raider Anniversary Edition, and it plays absolutely amazing. I love it. Look at that. It looks so nice. I didn't play this game when it came out, but it is absolutely beautiful, and that OLED display looks amazing, and it works perfect for 16:9 aspect ratio. This game is actually on the PSP, and I do highly recommend it. So if you want to spend a little bit extra money, go for this one. This is an absolutely beast of device, and I think it's like, I will call it like the big brother from the RG406V. Let me know what do you guys think about this. Do you have this one, the 556, or do you have the 406V? Which one do you prefer? Let me know in the comments below. And guys, thank you so much for everything. Make sure that you use those discount codes on the description of the video. Go to AliExpress. Make sure you spend that before they expire, and enjoy some gaming in life. I'm Joester, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Joester out.